Hi again. Let's continue our discussion of manipulating the DOM with JavaScript. You know, in the last two videos or last couple of videos, we just explored like how to select elements in the DOM. Let's talk about how to set properties on elements now. Okay. So essentially, you know, we have some code here, and essentially, you know, if you want to, control the appearance of something, you want to set its styles. And in most cases, you'll move all your styles into your style sheet, and then that way you have a great separation of concern. So you have, the structure is held in your HTML, you've got the logic in your JavaScript, and then the appearance of your page is all held in your style sheet, and it's completely separate of everything else. In some cases, you'll want to set the style of something in JavaScript. Right? So if you're interacting with something and you'll want it to change its appearance, or something is dynamic, like you're loading data from your server and then you want to control what it looks like when it's loaded, in that case you might do that with JavaScript also, right? Let's remove some of this stuff here. Actually, maybe we'll just leave this, right? So what I'd like to do is I'd like to set some styles. So let's imagine I wanted to give every one of these divs a border. Okay, and if we did that in our style sheet, it might look something like this. Like you'd say style, and then you'd say, div, because you're going to select all the elements by their tag name, and then you might say border, and we'll give it, a solid style, 2 pixels, and then a color of, let's just make it black, right? Okay, and that would work, right? Let's give it a try here. Let's test it. Yeah, there we go. Everybody's got a border now, right? And we could have broken this into separate styles also. So border is kind of like a consolidated style, or grouped style. Like it has all the features in it. If we wanted to say border style, right, we could say it's going to be solid, and then we could say border. Width here is 2 pixels, and then we could say border, color, right, is black. And that would do the same thing, but it would have broken the styles into separate properties, right? And we can see here it kind of looks the same, right? So how do we do this with JavaScript? Like, what if I don't have this stuff in my style sheet, or what if I want to make those changes based on some interaction, right? So someone's clicking the mouse or something's happening in the logic of my page and I need to apply a style. So let's give that a try. Let's start here with div A. So let's imagine you found div A there using get element by ID. And what you want to do is you want to say, div A dot style dot, and then we're going to go find the style. So we could say border style, right? And then remember, we also had border style like this, right? Now remember, in CSS, the border style had a dash in it like this. In JavaScript, all these names are converted to camel case, where the hyphen is removed and at the word break, the next word is uppercased. Okay, so border style would be the equivalent, right? And then we can set this to any value. And if we, let me redo this, you can see it says must be a string, right? So we'll put that in here. And I know the style here needs to be solid, right? There we go. And then if we want to say, div a dot style dot border. Now we're going to do border width this time, so I'll do border uppercase W for width. And we can set it equal to 2 pixels. This is a little weird. You'd like to set this just as a number, but we have to include the unit, so it has to be a string. Okay, so we kind of always have to have the unit on this, right? Then we'll say div a dot style dot border color, right? And it says, if you notice, that one said a string also. So pretty much all these styles are a string. And we have to use a hex value here, or some color value. It could be a named color, it could be RGB color. Any color value that CSS would understand, you can plug in here, right? But anyway, there we go. So we got style. This is just on div A though. So if we refresh here, you can see div A now has the border. Okay. So anyway, so that's a quick introduction to using setting styles with JavaScript. Okay.